In today's video, I would like to share with you my first impressions on the L21 Wolf from Kruger Intergalactic. This ship is already on sale on rubberspaceindustries.com for $90 with real money, and you can try it for now in the PTU if you have it, since Alpha 4.3 has not been released by the time I'm making this video. First, let's talk about its size. At 21.5 meters in length and 10.5 meters in width, the Wolf is not a big ship, and you'll be able to fit it inside a Polaris or an 890 jump. I really like how it sits nose up like a classic World War II era fighter. Kruger here has done a fantastic job capturing that retro feel. You enter the ship from the left side, just behind the wing. It took me a little while here to figure it out, but it makes sense. It's the same approach you use on the Merlin and the Archimedes, which are Kruger's other ships. Taking off and heading towards space here, top speed in atmosphere is not the fastest at 340 meters per second with a booster engaged, but that's comparable to most fighters in this category. Of course, the Wolf is a fighter, as I said, so I had to test it in combat. Before I could unlock an actual proper combat mission, I first had to do FPS missions. So after taking out a few NPCs with the Wolf's Gatling guns, I went in on foot with my basic undersuit and arc-light pistol to finish the job. If you want to see how that went, well, the gameplay is on my second channel, link in the description down below. Once that was done, I picked up a couple of mercenary missions, starting with Gilly's training missions and then a Foxwell escort mission. My main concern going in was the ammo here. The Wolf's ballistics are bespoke, so you cannot swap them out, and I thought that I'd run dry quickly, but I was pleasantly surprised. The ship's size 4 ballistics really do pack a punch, and I was able to complete a few missions without too much trouble, and having 4,200 rounds in the magazine also definitely helped a lot. That being said, every shot counts. You need to land your hits, and that is where maneuverability comes in. In that department, the Wolf really impressed me. I was able to flank enemy NPCs easily, get on their tail, and unload my rounds. Against lighter ships, it made quick work of them. Missiles were also effective for picking off enemies at range, which sped up the escort mission considerably. Of course, durability is not the Wolf's strong suit. It is fragile, and in a frontal confrontation with the cutter, for example, I lost shields and took significant hull damage. So yeah, it's something that you'll have to avoid. But if you fly smart, using maneuverability to your advantage, choosing your engagements, and getting the right angle for your shots, you should be fine, especially in solo entry-level missions. I would not recommend the ship though for missions like high-risk bounty huntings, for example, or at least not solo. Overall, the L21 Wolf is a very interesting addition to the roster of light fighters in Star Citizen. It is small, stylish, and surprisingly capable in the right hands. I wouldn't call it a ship for everyone. Its fragility, reliance on bespoke ballistics, and limited role mean it's definitely more of a specialist vessel than a general-purpose fighter. But if you enjoy precision flying, positioning yourself for the perfect shot, and piloting something with a bit of character and historical inspiration, then the Wolf could very well become one of your favorites. At $90, it's not cheap for what it offers, but in the PTU it's already proving that under the right circumstances, it can bite higher than it looks. But do you guys also own a Wolf? Have you tried it in the PTU? What do you think of this ship? Let me know in the comment section down below. We are going to give away a couple of these ships, one in September thanks to Amerograph, and another one in October. Speaking of giveaways, this month it's a Golem with LTI. Just comment and subscribe to any videos posted this month. 10 entries into the Wheel of Names I did like this, automatic entries for Patreon and YouTube members, so if you want to help the channel out, well, that's much appreciated. Guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, a big shout out to Dr. Fabin Shadow Rise, the key to the Qatar, Socius, and Zio Crusher. I've been Irad, and I'll see you guys in the next one.